In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to do 301 redirects on your Squarespace site. Now, a 301 redirect is a permanent redirect that tells users and Google that a page has now been moved to another page. So for example, on this page on SEO Space's website, you can see it's our Squarespace SEO course. If I ever deleted this page or changed the URL of this page, I would need to add a 301 redirect to tell users and Google that this page has now moved to a new page. And there's really two reasons that we might do this. One, as I've already mentioned, if we delete a page, or two, if we optimize a page to follow SEO best practices, we change the URL and therefore we need to do a 301 redirect from the old URL to the new URL. Now it's actually really easy to do this in Squarespace. All you need to do is head over to settings. So this is on SEO Space. We made the SEO plugin for Squarespace. And if we were going to do it, all we need to do is go over to settings, then we need to go to developer tools, and then go over to URL mappings. Now, Squarespace often does change its dashboard. So if there's ever any changes and you can't find what I'm showing you, just press / on your keyboard and then type in URL mappings and then click here. And this is where you're going to come to the URL mappings where you can add a 301 redirect. Now, as you can see, I've already got a lot of these, so don't be surprised if you don't have any. And to make this a little bit easier, I'll actually add in the first link in the description. We've actually created a free 301 redirect tool for Squarespace that actually makes this really easy, because essentially to do a 301 redirect, what you need to do is add the original URL, this little arrow, then the new URL, and then the redirect type, which in this case is going to be a 301 redirect. So let's say, for example, I change the URL of this page from Squarespace SEO course to Squarespace SEO training. This tool will automatically generate this for you. So as you can see, that is the old URL, the new URL, and then the 301. And all you need to do is press copy, go over to here, and then add in that redirect and then press save. And what that's going to do is tell Google that the page is moved. It's going to prevent having broken links all across your website, and it's just going to make sure your Squarespace site follows best practices. Now, something SEO Space users will often come and tell us is they may go through and change the URL slug and forget the original slug that they had. So for example, they might change this to Squarespace SEO training, press save, and then forget the slug that they were originally using, which then means they can't do a 301 redirect because they can't remember what the old URL was. So what I'm going to show you now is how you can actually find out what the old URL was, and to see if there's any additional 301 redirects that you need to create, because without doing this, you're going to have broken links and potentially bad SEO. So in order to find this out, what I want you to do is head over to Google Search Console, and then you're going to head over to Pages. So Google Search Console and then Pages. If you haven't got Google Search Console set up, I'll add that as the second link in the description. And then you're going to scroll down to why pages aren't indexed. So these are all the reasons why you have pages on your Squarespace site that aren't indexed, i.e. aren't showing up on Google. And what you need to do after you've changed the URL that you've forgotten, wait a couple of days. And what should happen is the old URL should show up in this section, not found 404, because essentially 404 is an error where Google cannot find the page anymore. So if you've changed the URL of a web page, i.e. if I've changed this to training, it's not going to be able to find the Squarespace SEO course page anymore, and it's going to show up in this 404 section. Then when you scroll down, you should see all of the pages that Squarespace isn't able to find anymore, i.e. they are broken and you need to add a 301 redirect. So for example, here you can see we have a glossary page that we have not set up a 301 redirect for. So in this case, I would go over to the 301 redirect tool. I would create a page. I would add the old page, add the page that I want to redirect this to, copy this, head over to the URL mappings, scroll to the bottom, add this in, and then from there, you'll see that this glossary page has then been redirected to the home page. So if we go back to this glossary page and refresh, you'll see it now redirects to the home page. That's a real life 301 redirect in action. So there you are, guys. That's a walkthrough of 301 redirects on Squarespace. If you want to learn how to optimize your SEO and follow best practices, feel free to head over to SEO Space to sign up for a 7-day free trial. And I'll see you in the next video.